Hello, everybody. My name is Paul Miljus, and today I'm going to be channeling the Arcturians. And first off the bat, I really want to thank you guys for helping support me on my YouTube channel. And on my Instagram last night, I asked you guys if you have any questions for the Arcturians. I'm going to be asking the Arcturians the questions that you have for them. And you guys really came in through big on that one because you guys came through with a lot of awesome questions. So if you want to ask questions in the future, I would definitely go to my Instagram, and I think that's a really good place for me to interact with you guys and a really positive space where I can really get a lot of the questions that you guys have and that you guys want and the type of content that you want answered. Just to let you know a little bit about myself, I've been channeling for 5 or so years, maybe a little longer, and ever since this period, it has really changed my life when I learned how to channel. And I learned how to channel through a Mediumship for Beginners course taught by Kristen Davies, and I help teach in this course. And you get to go at your own pace. It's really awesome course, really nice community. If you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. I'm going to put the link to it in the comments and in the description. So just let me know if you guys are interested in that. And around this period, when I started to learn how to channel, I really recognized that I've always kind of known I was a starseed and I wasn't from here, but I started to really pinpoint these different energies that were coming in and that I was channeling. And that's why channeling is very important, and why opening our psychic abilities and our channels is very important, is because you get to decipher which energy is which. I got to see that I've been an Arcturian before, and I've been all of these different types of avian beings. And you get to connect with these energies on a deep, intimate level, and it's almost like a remembrance of where you came from, and it feels really good. And it's important to learn more about yourself so that you can learn how to navigate this reality in a healthier way. And also, it's just fun connecting with these Arcturian beings, connecting with these extraterrestrials and spirit guides and things like that. And like I said, I've been an Arcturian starseed, and I've incarnated a few hundred times as an Arcturian, but most of my lifetimes were as these avian beings, blue avians and red avians and all different types. I really do enjoy connecting with the Arcturian energy. I'm going to tune in and tap in and see what type of Arcturian energy comes in today. It may be my Arcturian spirit guide, or it could be Arcturians from the Galactic Council, or it could be both. So we're going to go ahead and see who comes in first, and then we're going to get into a lot of your questions after I channel my initial guidance from them, and then we're going to get into many of your questions because you guys left a lot of questions through Instagram. So I'm going to have to get, you guys are going to make me work today. So that's going to be really cool. Might even have to break this up into 2 videos. I'm not sure because there's so many. Hello, dear ones. We are the Arcturians. We are coming from the 12th dimension. It is our pleasure to speak through this one today, and also to be here today at this exciting point in Earth's history, or Earth's divine timeline. We are very excited to speak on behalf of the Arcturian Collective. We are from the Galactic Council. We are here to show our love, our compassion for humanity at this time. We know what is going on Earth at this time. We are able to see this from a grander perspective, a multidimensional perspective. Many of us, Arcturians, are surrounding Earth at this time, and we are not the only ones. Many different beings are here on Earth and surrounding Earth, making sure that the Earth and that the divine intervention goes in the way that it's supposed to. They're saying all in due time, all in divine timing. They're talking about ascension is a gradual process. It's a gradual experience. It's a learning experience, a growing experience. Earth is in a transitionary period. Some people are ready to go to the next level. Some people are not. Some countries have a higher vibrational collective than others. This is where so-called the splitting of realities is starting to occur. As you see, in many parts of the world, there is much turmoil, war, and tragedy that is taking place. This is where their collective is at this time. Some of these events are taking place in order to expel some of the dormant negative energy that has been in these regions for longer periods of time. in order for these negative emotions, negative energy to come up to the surface within each and every one of these people, certain events may take place. The Arcturians, we are bombarding Earth with light frequency at this time, as well as many other beings. This is causing this energy to come up to the surface. And it doesn't always look pretty. It manifests itself in the way of war, in the way of conflict, but this is coming to the surface to be transmuted. And it will be transmuted. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of divine timing. Part of this is humans doing this to themselves. Much of this, in fact, is due to the free will of certain people. They're pointing out Putin, for example, and other people, not just him, that are causing this. They're saying from the other side, we are trying to avoid an even bigger conflict. This is what our eyes are set upon at this time. Although this is up to the free will of humans and humanity, they are optimistic that this massive conflict will not happen. The Arcturians are saying just a few months ago, we thought that this would happen, this massive conflict. There was a higher percentage of it happening. Now it's starting to go down some, now that Putin is realizing that the world will come down on him if he pushes even further, and that the entire Russian economy will collapse. They're saying he is reckless, but he's not stupid. Now they're starting to shift directions. Now they're shifting directions, and they're pointing out that many of these things are up to be determined. They're not sure 100% what's going to happen, but they're saying whatever happens, this divine intervention has already taken place on Earth, and we will continue to ascend, and we will continue to go forth with the ascension process. And the vibration or frequency of the Earth will keep rising. In fact, they're saying it's already done. It's already cemented itself into the new Earth grid. It's okay to focus on these things for a period of time, but in truth, we want you to focus on your own vibrational frequency and where you are at in your life at this point in time. You can change this, you can evolve from. But these things that are happening on other parts of the world or other sides of the world, we may not be able to control what's happening. All right, now I'm going to move on some of the questions that you guys have for me through Instagram. I think this is going to bring in a lot of cool guidance, a lot of specific guidance that I think we need a lot of answers to. So let's see if the Arcturians can keep up with us. The first question is, will we be able to save our nature and improve the climate, or is it too late? So let's see. They're saying there's already been a lot of damage that has been done here on Earth. They're talking about the future of Earth will be a warmer Earth. This is partly due to the fact how we've affected climate change and how we've cut down many forests, many different factors. This is going to rise our sea levels. Our landscapes will change. They're talking about places like Oregon. They're already getting warmer. Things like places like Washington, they're just going to be warmer in the future. They're saying this has a huge impact on the environment. Even if degrees of Fahrenheit goes up by 2 degrees, it has a huge impact on the environment, the plants, the animals. So they like to see people focusing more on the environment, focusing on what they're consuming day to day, whether it's the foods that they are eating, whether it is the products that they're using. I think ultimately Earth is going to change forever, but in the future, they are still optimistic that humans will turn things around. And there's many different projects that they are helping support themselves. They have taken it upon themselves to support these projects, whether it's forest gardening, whether it's environmental cleanups, environmental activists. They are saying this is important to focus on, but it's not important to get down on this too much and to get super sad about or things like this. They're saying the biggest impact that we can have on the environment is what we are eating every single day, what kind of foods we are eating. So that's where they want you to place your focus on. And that's where the biggest change that the everyday person can make instead of donating into these organizations. And while that may be good, they're talking about these organizations, a lot of them have a lot of corruption, environmental organizations. Let's go to the next question. Mom is asking another question: how to get out of a psychic attack system that you are at that's put by evil beings? Well, I would be happy to ask this question to the Arcturians. Let's see what they have to say. They're saying everything is frequency, everything is vibrational frequency, everything is where you place your focus upon, is what you will manifest in your reality. If you're going to focus on psychic attacks, focus on evil beings, these is what you're going to eventually attract more of. So they want you to detach from this completely and not place your focus upon there at all. They've been showing me unfollowing people on the internet that are fear-based, talking about false light, talking about negative attachments, things like this. They're saying it's not necessarily important to focus on, first off, maybe for a time, but once you have the knowledge of it, there's no need to keep placing your focus there because it's just going to lower your frequency. It's going to attract more of these negative energies to you. What they want you to do is detach from this completely. They're saying, why not focus on the light? Why not focus on the angels? They're saying the angels are here for you, dear one. The angels are here. All you have to do is call upon us if you need protection, if you need shielding, and it is done. All you have to do is trust and have faith, and your energy will shift from within. These energies are nothing more than a fly. They're saying treat these negative energies like you would treat a negative person in your life. Best option that you can do 99% of the time is distance yourself from this person, is to distance yourself from these thoughts or energy. You do not want them to live rent-free in your head, do you? They're saying focus on the light. This is important to focus on the light, on detachment. This is but an illusion we are experiencing here, a simulation. So it's just about playing the game. And while it may feel very real, it is important to focus upon things that are going to make you feel better. They want this for you. They want you to feel happy and to feel joy. They're saying your energy will shift and they're not worried. And they don't even, they're not even saying that you're in a negative psychic attack system. They're saying that's just an illusion that you've created for yourself. A lot of times I've noticed within myself early on in my awakening, I would create these belief systems within myself that weren't necessarily true. But if you're creating these belief systems, they're going to be real and true for you. So it's about time to kind of let go of that because it's not serving you any longer. It's going to take your frequency and make you feel like shit. That was cool. Natara is asking, do Arcturians have family dynamics? And what is the coolest thing that I did as an Arcturian? They're saying, yes, we do have family dynamics. Although it is different than the way humans experience family, it is much more seamless experience. They're saying here on Earth, this has been a wake-up call of many Arcturians that have incarnated here on Earth too, is humans choose their parents based on what's available at the time, a lot of the time. Not necessarily what frequency that they are at. This causes a lot of friction within families here on Earth. But they're saying, on the bright side, a lot of souls choose a high vibrational family to incarnate into. But this is not always necessary when it comes to awakening. Sometimes it's nice to have the contrast. So they're saying not everything happens for a reason, but some things do happen for a reason. And they just want you to know that. Arcturians feel and experience and remember much more from our past experiences, our past lifetimes, past individuals that we have incarnated with. So our families are much bigger because we all come together and we are all as one. And in the higher dimensions, it's more homogeneous, they're saying. I don't know necessarily what that means, but we're all one energy as a collective, and we work together and we help each other out. And it's just an amazing experience they're talking about. Incarnating in these higher dimensions, it feels good. What is the coolest thing Natara did as an Arcturian? They're saying the huge impact that you had on others and the relationships that you built with other Arcturians was something to behold. They're saying you did many impressive things, the energy, changing the energy of planets, working with the energy of the stars, and much more. So let's go to the next one. So Zahir is asking, how can I differentiate the light to your spaceships? What is the vibrational feeling? So let's ask. They're saying part of this is learning to open your third eye, learning how to open your abilities, your channels, and you may see the spaceship. You may feel the spaceship. You may get a knowing that there is a spaceship there. You may see it within your mind's eye or with your actual physical eyes. And they're saying sometimes it's not us showing up with the spaceship, it's just us showing up as a fractal of all of our energy or projecting our consciousness into your space. In order to communicate with you, we don't necessarily have to bring our spaceship here. We can connect with you through telepathy. This is done through the New Earth grid energy points. Everything they're saying is connected all throughout the universe. This is in fact how our spaceships travel through these portals, through these energy points as well. A similar way in how our telepathy, our thoughts travel through intention, through different energy points, through different dimensions even. Hope that answered your question, Zahir. Thanks for asking your question. I'm going to go on to the next series of questions now. Spiritual Integration is asking, as a starseed, when family energies try to drain my light, what is the best way to set boundaries? Keep saying distance yourself from those who drain your energy. Do not try to meet them at their frequency. Hold your light, dear one. You are very sensitive. Take time to recharge, to build yourself up, to practice self-love. You are no longer a vibrational match with your family members. It is not necessary for you to keep spending large amounts of time with these individuals. So learn to detach from these people. They are no longer serving your highest good and purpose. You do not have to cut them off completely. You can still have a relationship and talk to them, but you are the highest priority in your life. Focus on your own frequency. Once you do this, others will not have as much of an impact on your frequency. Grounding, they're pointing out, would be very good in order to stabilize your energy, especially as a starseed. And now they're talking about Archangel Michael. Ask Archangel Michael to become your spiritual bouncer. This is something you will not regret. He will help keep you grounded, stable, and hold on to your own energy so that it doesn't drain from outside of you. And lastly, they're saying you can make the request or the intention of your higher self coming more into your vessel, more into your body, so that you can hold more light within your vessel. But they're saying you're holding a large amount of light within yourself. It's just about asking for some extra shielding from Archangel Michael and some extra grounding whenever you're interacting with them. They're also saying you can ask for energy to be transmuted after you come in contact with them, or when you're coming in contact with them. You can say, can you please neutralize their energy because it's affecting my energy. It's affecting my free will. And they will do this for you. They're saying, that's it. No, thank you for your question. Freya is asking, why should ET and angels give us advice when they themselves haven't incarnated on Earth? Question. Thank you for your question. They're talking about we are seeing things from a higher dimensional perspective, from a different vantage point, a different frequency. Therefore, we can offer a different perspective about your life here on Earth. We can see the scope of your lifetimes here on Earth. We can see the progression of your frequency. We can tap into all of your past lifetimes. We can tap into your soul's mission. There's a multitude of ways in which we can give advice for you here on Earth. And finally, we can open your channels, open your psychic abilities so that you can tap into these things yourself. We have done this many times with many individuals here on Earth, and we have changed their lives for the better through per request of the individual. If you ask, I want my channels to be opened, we will start working on them in order to open them. Now they're shifting to the angels. They're saying angels are remarkable beings and have an amazing energy. They're pointing at me in my life. I've taken a lot of advice about living here on Earth from my angels, where to put my investments, where to do a lot of different things, and it's changed my life for the good. So they're using me as an example in this case of how the angels can help affect us and how they can help transmute this heavy energy within you in order to make this life easier for you. Now they're pointing back at you, Freyr, and saying, we can make things easier for you. They don't always have to feel like this anymore. It will just take some time. Just saying thank you, dear one, for your question. Dimasha says, thank you for the opportunity. We read that the Matrix will crumble. How can humans best support each other in imagining and creating new structures that harmonize with Earth? Hello, we advise you to find others that are willing to raise in vibrational frequency with you. And we urge you to follow your own intuition on which direction you want to go in. It's all dependent on what you resonate with and in which direction you want to go with. So if you want to go off grid, or if you want to start a forest garden, find individuals that are already doing this, that are already successful at doing what they're doing, and study what they're doing. You can either join up with them, or you can start your own creation that attracts other like-minded individuals. Going into this ascension process, going into the new earth, there's going to be more high vibrational communities. There's going to be more high vibrational communities that are going to be created. Many people will gravitate towards these areas. They're saying the west coast of the US, there's going to be more of them on the west coast. Sustainable communities, off-grid communities, homesteading communities, spiritual communities. The most important is to follow your own intuition. And one place may not be a place forever. It may be a stepping stone until you get to another place or move somewhere else. Thank you. Temporary Human says, hey man, great work. Can I just sign up for your channeling training and take it at my own pace? Yes, you can. And that's a really cool thing about the Mediumship for Beginners course. You can really take it at your own pace. And the first course that I did, I actually didn't channel a whole lot. I learned how to channel. I was like, I'm not sure if I want to do this. So I took a few more courses after that. And then I started to slowly, gradually get into it. And that's how my channels have opened over time too. They've slowly, gradually opened over time the past 5 years. And that's the cool thing about it. It doesn't usually happen overnight for most people, which you might think is kind of a bummer, but it would be hard for us to handle if it was all at once. If everything opened up at once, it would be way too much to handle. So that's why it happens at more of a gradual experience. And that's why the ascension process in general happens at more of a gradual experience. But we'd love to have you in the Mediumship for Beginners course coming up. Just shoot me a message if you have any more questions about that. And you can also go check it out on my website and on KristenDaviesMedium.com. She's the main teacher in the course. I just help some on the side, but she's a pro, and she will help teach you how to channel. You really helped me a lot. So thank you. Does taking mushrooms help with your spirituality? And can we meet the Arcturians in a mushroom journey? Yes, mushrooms and many other psychedelics do help with connecting with spirit, although it is not completely necessary. Some people may need this experience as an initial awakening experience in order to open themselves up to the possibility that spirit may exist or aliens may exist. They don't want this to become something that you are relying on in order to connect with high vibrational energies or extraterrestrial energies. This can be done without psychedelics. In fact, it is much better if it is done without psychedelics, because you're not ingesting a foreign substance in your body that is altering the way your brain experiences this reality. You can open up. You can see these things. You can communicate them without psychedelics. It may just be more of a gradual experience. Many people that take psychedelics like LSD or ayahuasca, they want this intense experience and they want to see everything. They're saying, well, this is good. It is not necessarily realistic of how ascension goes. It goes at a more gradual rate, a more gradual pace. But they're saying in 5 years, when you look back on things and you're gradually increasing, you'll be like, wow, I have changed so much. I have opened so much. I can channel all these different energies. So I'm just coming at it from also my perspective as well. Awesome. So hopefully I'm not taking too many mushrooms. I've seen a lot of people, they like taking the psychedelics. It's going to be different on a case-to-case basis. Some people, it's going to send some people into psychosis or schizophrenia or all types of stuff. And some people get addicted to these things. So it's just about mitigating risk and doing what you feel like you resonate with at the moment. And I think that's definitely something to consider. But in truth, the highest vibrational people that I've seen on Earth, they don't take any drugs or psychedelics or anything. So that's also another thing. But maybe I'm wrong. That just coming at it from my own experience. So Cynthia is asking, could you ask them if they have any tips regarding to talking and hearing your guides? And it would be great to have direct contact, as I love to feel the energies in my body, but I actually like to talk to them. So she wants to talk to them, not just feel with them. So what do you guys say with Cynthia or Cynthia? Practice, divine timing. It's not going to happen overnight for you. Just practice. Just think feeling the energies is the first step. Then this will come after. Talking, the understanding, the knowing. They're just talking about practice. Would the mediumship course be? Yes. So they're saying the mediumship course would be good for you. They don't say this for everyone. Sometimes they say, oh, it's not important for them to focus on channeling. But they're saying you're ready for this. So if you would like to come into the mediumship for beginners course, I think that would be good for you. But it's up to you. That's cool. They're not worried about you, Cynthia, so it's going to happen in the future. Got to keep going along this path. For example, I couldn't channel at all at first. Even the first year. Even after the first couple years, I was still even a little bit frustrated. I was like, why can't I channel fluently? Then over time, it finally started to kick in more and more. So I've done a lot of practice, and I've done a lot of practicing reading for other people as well. So sometimes it just takes time, and everything comes in divine timing. Maybe I wasn't meant to at that time. Hello, Jules. Are people that have ADHD and autism fully come into this human experience? Are they fully here? That's an interesting question. Thank you for your question, Jules. ADHD and autism are something that souls have chosen to come here on Earth to experience. Partly, this is due to the fact that they are pulling in a higher amount of light frequency through their vessel. ADHD or autism allows them to do this. It also allows them to tap out and to daydream, to focus on more stimulating frequencies rather than just focusing on the frequencies here on Earth. In order to raise Earth's frequency, we cannot focus on what is all the time already here on Earth. Allowing them to tap out into a different frequency while being here on Earth, in turn, raises the energy of the collective. If they are focusing about more stimulating, more imaginary things that are more high vibrational, this is going to help raise the vibrational frequency of the classroom, of the school, of everything in our society. At some point, the education system is going to break, and it is already broken. So people are creating new schools or new ways of doing things in order to teach children, because this will only increase ADHD, autism. To answer your question about are they fully here, they're saying yes and no. Most humans here on Earth, they're saying all humans on Earth are not fully here. The full aspect of their being isn't here on Earth. Only a portion of their energy is here. The larger part of themselves, larger part of their soul and consciousness is outside of their body. So really, this is just a dream that we're experiencing here. They're saying there's about 10%, give or take, of your consciousness actually here in this experience. So these people that have ADHD and autism, they're so expansive, their soul, but only a portion of it is really incarnated here. And to answer your question, ADHD and autism does allow more of your energy to hang outside of your body. This is something that people with ADHD and autism start to learn over time on Earth, that grounding can be important in other ways in order to that fulfills their heart's desires, is going to help bring them more into their body, more of their consciousness within their body, more of their higher self anchored within their vessel, more light in general. That's why you see people with ADHD, autism, focusing on what they love to do. This is the most highest priority in their life. I'm saying this is all that we have to say at this time because they want to get to more of your questions. We're getting through most of them, so this is really cool, the questions that you guys have. Thank you so much. Hi, Chispa. Thanks for your question. Since you brought up finances, I've seen vids and quantum financial system or similar, like XRP, Nacera. Is this false light pay opportunity or something? Is it a negative thing or a positive thing? Let's ask. Those are for you that don't know what XRP is. I think it's a cryptocurrency or some kind of coin that's completely decentralized, and a lot of people believe that that's going to be the next thing on Earth, the next thing that you should put all of your money into, like a Bitcoin or something. And it's completely decentralized, and it's impossible to control, is what people say. They're smiling, the Arcturians, about this one. Will XRP be the next thing? No. Saying it will go up some in terms of monetary value, but it's not going to be the next thing that takes over the financial system. Saying the financial system that we currently live in will continue to move on, even though it's quite broken. It will still keep going on. They're saying the next boom, the boom that we're currently in, is AI chips, semiconductors. These are the things that they advise on investing in. And they advise investing in the US stock market because it's going to continue to inflate and continue to go up. So in order to preserve your currency, you may think it's the safe thing, holding on to your money in your bank account like this. But what I'm hearing from the Arcturians, this is just going to deflate your money. It's going to be eaten up by inflation. All in all, they want us to follow our own intuition on this one because they know it's a touchy subject. But what they do see is that there's only going to be an increasing demand from AI, from technology, and most of these things are being designed and developed within the US. They're saying people all over the world come to trade on the US stock market. So it's like all this money is being pumped into it. Sometimes what is seen as the safe thing to do is not necessarily the safe thing to do. To get the safe job corporation where they don't care about you, they'd probably just fire you whenever. It's not really that safe. Or keeping your money in your bank account, depreciating with inflation, with how it's been going up 20% since 2020, and everything's increasing in price. So currently they're talking about the US stock market and these AI stocks like Nvidia and are going to keep going up because there's only going to be demand for this. Many governments and militaries around the world are going to buy these semiconductors and AI chips, and it's going to inflate the price even more and more. They're saying this is just the beginning of AI. This is just the beginning. We Arcturians do not think humanity is completely ready for artificial intelligence. Many people will suffer and lose their jobs, and it may cause much control the governments will have over the people. There will be many benefits that come from AI, especially through the medical sector and medical technologies. This is what the Arcturians are helping to work on. This is where a lot of their focus is on developing these medical technologies to make things easier for people here on Earth. They're saying even if the economy goes down, where are companies going to turn to? They're going to turn to robots or to AI in order to ensure that their company survives. So they're going to fire people so that they can implement AI at a cheaper price, and it's going to help their profits. So this is why we advise on investing in AI, chips, things like that. As with gold, they do see gold going up. They're saying this is an okay place to put your money. They like that it's a physical metal and that it's more difficult to track and to be taxed. But in terms of gold, it won't go up at as high of a rate as this AI technology goes up. AI technology will take over. It's going to explode. But with gold, the price is going to go up, and it would be a good way to preserve your money, but not as good. There's also saying Bitcoin will be one of the things that will keep going up in price. I see it hitting 200K and so on. The important thing to do is to feel what resonates with you and to take the action in that direction, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's the stock market. They're saying it's all a learning experience, investing and learning how to make money in these types of ways. You making a mistake with it, whether it's with a cryptocurrency or whether it's with a stock, this is only going to help you learn more how to make more money. Many say, why would we be even talking about money? But we Arcturians know that here on Earth, money is energy, and therefore it is important, and abundance is important, attracting these things into your life. This is why we are giving advice at this time. We do not want you to see money as something that's evil, even though there is much corruption and evil things that go on around this topic. Use money as a tool in order to financially secure yourself, in order to provide financial freedom for yourself and for others that are around you. Doing nothing is something that we do not advise. Learning about these things, learning about investing is very important. So go searching. There is many different opportunities to learn about these things, whether it's through YouTube. This is an exploding boom of social media where we can learn about these things. So they advise to go searching and to feel what resonates with you. When you're listening to someone and it feels like shit, don't follow their advice. But Native Creations asks, where are Native Americans from? This is a cool one. Many different stars, many different extraterrestrial beings incarnated as Native Americans. Arcturians are one of those. They're saying the top two is Pleiadians, avian species, and Pleiadian extraterrestrials. They're pointing out their art. Look at their art. Look how many birds there are in their art. They talking about the ravens, about the eagles. It's a lot of bird influence, a lot of avian influence. Pleiadians are some of the first that were here on Earth. And they see a lot of Pleiadians incarnating into these lifetimes. They're very proud of their Native American influence. These Pleiadian extraterrestrials that incarnated as these beings, they're very proud of these experiences, and they had a great time. A lot of them. Shakti says, is there a way we can connect with the Arcturians on an individual basis and maybe benefit from the healing technology? Is the collective ready for that? Thank you, and take care of yourself. All right, that'd be a good question. Call us forth through intention, through thought, through telepathy, any way in which you want to. We will come. You may not feel us at first. You may not sense us or see us at first, but eventually you will start to feel our energy. This is all done through practice. If you would like to request healing, we are happy to do so. We will bring our medical teams forth. We have specific beings that help with this, specific technology that helps to heal things within the body. Just ask and request this, and you may feel us working on your vessel. Humanity is ready for this type of contact, and this will happen going forward into the future. Elizabeth asked, how can we who have this type of healer modality become more stable in this process? I've tried many practices sometimes, and it feels like way too much for my system, and it feels too draining for her. Maybe healing might not be for you, Elizabeth. You may want to try something else, but let's see what the Arcturians have to say. So you are a healer. The Arcturians say the key is not to always search for the answer or to try too hard. and that's just going to help. This is going to drain your energy more. What I'm doing here with channeling, I'm just sitting back, relaxing, and letting go, and letting the answers to come to me. I'm actually not doing a whole lot of work. It can be draining, of course. It's going to be draining, and it's draining for a lot of people to channel. But that's just kind of the name of the game. Sometimes, the more you do healing, the more you do channeling, it's going to drain you some. But how can she mitigate this problem? Getting the extraterrestrials or the ETs or the angels to help with this, to help you heal in this process. They're talking about angelic Reiki and how it's like you're using all of these healing angels to help you with the process. You don't have to actually do a whole lot. You're just the facilitator. I'm just the facilitator of this energy. I'm just allowing the guidance to come through and I'm relaying it to you. It's not, and that can be very healing as well, channeling what I'm doing or doing healing and just allowing the energy, holding that space for them instead of getting down in there deep with their trauma and shit. It's not always necessary. You can even ask from shielding from your clients. That's something that I do personally within my practice. I ask for shielding from Archangel Michael. That if their energy is too intense, I ain't gonna take all that energy in. I'm very empathetic too, and I'm very sensitive. I gotta look after my own energy too. It's not just about helping the other person all the time, even if they paid money for this. But I try to help as much as I can, but sometimes you can only help to a certain point. Some people are not ready to shift, and it's not my job to shift things for them. It's just to help hold that space and help guide them in the right direction if they don't want to hear it. And if they don't want to fully heal, they don't want to fully heal. Thanks for your question, Elizabeth. My camera cut off earlier, but someone was asking about Hinduism and is that a good religion? And what I channeled from the Arcturians, but the camera cut off a lot of my stuff. But basically what they were saying is that Hinduism's a good religion, and if you want to follow it, if you want to resonate with it, and they were talking about, can we follow some of these ascended masters and stuff and gods and goddesses? I think the gods and goddesses in Hinduism are freaking awesome. So I like connecting with Lakshmi. She's very high vibrational, very heart-centered. And I did something on my channel with Lakshmi a long time ago with her Starseed origins. If you want to go check that out, you can. I think she's been Andromedan, Pleiadian, and Arcturian. There's a lot of different influences in the Hindu culture, and there's a lot of Arcturian energy influenced throughout that. It's really awesome. So Lakshmi has helped me a lot in my life with abundance, with helping me with a whole multitude of different things, as well as Jesus and plenty of other ascended masters. So if you feel like you're drawn to a certain god or goddess or ascended master, that probably means you have some kind of past life connection or just some kind of connection in general with that energy. You've worked with them on the other side, etc. So thanks so much, everyone, for listening to this channeling. If you would like to book a private reading with me, I am doing a 20% off special, summer special. I'll leave the link to that in the comments. But thank you so much for your questions and all of your support. This has been really fantastic, and I think this is going to be a really cool video. And I'm going to make a lot of content out of all the questions that you guys had for the Arcturians. Have a great rest of your day and make sure to go ground yourself. Thank you so much. Bye.